Wherever you are in the world. Good day, good people, good day, and welcome to Wow, Wish Only Well television show. I am your host, SherVonne Grose, marriage and family therapist, inspirational coach, and motivational speaker. It is a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday indeed. It is a great day to wow someone, and by wow, I mean to wish only well. Today, guys, I am so excited about my very special guest who is here in the studio with me today. And I cannot wait. She and I have come together to wow, wish only well all across the world. But before I bring her up into the studio, you know I have to do justice by properly introducing her. So today, our guest is none other than Miss Davonne Reaves. Oh my goodness, yay. She is definitely a wow winning only woman. Davonne is the founder and chief hospitality strategist behind Atlanta-based hospitality firm, the Vonne Group. Reeves capitalizes on her more than 14 years of experience in the lodging industry to teach African Americans how to become hotel investors and owners. With a passion for people and pineapples, the premier symbol for the hospitality industry, Reeves makes hotel ownership real and relatable through educational training and programmatic resources that spotlight each step in the hotel acquisition process, leaning into sustainable success strategies. Without further ado, I am more than happy, so excited to bring up none other than Davonne Reaves. Hi,
Hi.
Davonne.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you for
I
having
am.
me.
You are so welcome. I am so excited that you took time out of your very busy very busy schedule to come and be a guest here on Wow. I don't take it lightly because I know that you are so busy, right? I am so
Always
excited.
busy.
Yes, and I am just so excited to have you here. So, listen, we're going to get into conversation because I want you to tell the listeners all about like how you even just got started on this process, like who you are. Like, tell the listeners like who you are, right?
Oh, sure. Well, thank you for the introduction. You did an amazing job. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so
Hopefully
much.
I can wow some women today. But yes, my name is Davonne Reaves, president and founder of the Vonne Group, also co-owner of 3 hotels. One in a Home Two Suites in Arena, Oklahoma, Staybridge Suites in Indianapolis, and a Hampton Inn Suites in Scottsburg, Indiana. So I've been in the industry for over 15 years. Started off as a front desk agent. Did not think I would become a hotel owner at the time, but I guess God had other plans for me. So here I am.
Oh my God, that is just awesome. It's amazing that you say that, that wasn't your initial plan to become a hotel owner. And so if you could walk us back to like what it was like in your, growing up and just kind of thinking about your plans for the future. Do you recall what you really wanted to be growing up, in high school and then maybe going away to college and just that kind of thing. So tell us about that.
So I probably changed my mind. I don't know how many times before uh, I think as long as I can remember, I think when I was in high school, I wanted to be a history teacher because I just loved history. I still love history.
Mhm.
Um, then I wanted my aunt, my godmother was an event planner, so she had this glamorous, fabulous job, so I wanted to be like her and be
Yeah.
an event planner. Then I wanted to become a general manager of a hotel. When I became a front desk agent, and then once I learned about the hotel ownership, then I just kind of just stuck it out there. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I just created my own path. And I was like, I'll eventually get there.
Oh
So I
wow.
took like non-paid internships and worked in asset management, worked in corporate, and really learning and understanding how to get that experience, that real estate and finance experience.
Oh my goodness, that's just really awesome. So, how old were you, Davon, if you don't mind me asking, when you actually when you got your job, the desk job at the hotel that you had?
Yeah, I was 19.
Wow. So you started off really young. And I know that I'm not going to ask you your age now, but it's quite
I
impressive
don't care.
because you
Yeah, I'll be
because you
35
are
in
young. you're a young black sister, like really doing her thing. And so I know that you are under the age of 40, correct?
Yeah, I'm under the age of 40. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. And you are just making things happen. And
Yeah.
that makes you one of the youngest um African American, or maybe
So,
even women, period, to be.
nah, not with women, because I know some people from the Indian community. They younger than me, and they had a hotel before me. So I would
Wow.
say the youngest. I would say in the black community, but not in the Indian community
Okay. All
or
right.
even white community, because a lot of them they inherit hotels.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
that's interesting that you even brought that point up, because I think that that's a lesson in itself for us, right? So
Yeah.
that's something that we could learn from just that, just hearing
Just
that. I
talking about
mean,
ownership. I don't think we
mhm,
talk. I think we're talking about it more and more now, as opposed to when I was growing up. Talking more about ownership. So I think that's just been the story at the forefront where we're teaching generations and we're planting seeds. There are more entrepreneurs now. There are more different careers now, and so I think that we're making ownership look more accessible and then making it more, like I say, accessible for the generations to come, right? My son, for example, he's going to see it around him. He was born into it. When he
mhm,
was born, I was already an entrepreneur. So he probably won't see me ever have a 9 to 5 job, but me growing up, that's what I saw with my parents, right? My dad was a fireman. My mom was in HR and corporate. And so they didn't speak about entrepreneurship or owning businesses, because that's just not what they did. That's just not how they were
mhm.
raised. My grandma
Right.
retired as a psychiatric nurse. My I didn't get a chance to meet my grandfather, but he was he was a carpenter, and my dad's dad worked as a post office worker. So it was just, they were in the military. Their notion was, you get a job, you work until you retire, and then you retire, and then that was just their motto. They didn't know anything outside of it.
Wow. And that's
Yeah.
so, your story sounds a lot like, my story, and a lot of other
Yeah.
women who might actually be listening to this. We never, I mean, honestly, growing up, I never really thought about being in entrepreneurship. I didn't think that that was anything that was attainable,
Right.
because that's not what I saw.
Exactly.
I knew people who owned, but they didn't look like me. I knew people who were
Right.
rich. They didn't look like me. I knew for sure, one thing I knew for sure was that I wasn't rich and my parents weren't rich. So
Or they owned the business, but they didn't own the land where the business sit on.
right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? They
Yeah,
own the barbershop, they own the hair shop, they own the dry cleaners, they owned all of these different things, but they didn't own what is true wealth, which is owning the land and owning the real estate.
wow. Oh,
Yeah.
so powerful and so impactful. So when did it hit you, Davon, when you were there, when you were working at the hotel? When did it hit you that, hey, I want to own a hotel? Or when did you realize that it was within your grasp, like you can really do this?
Probably uh probably in my mid-20s.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually went up to the CEO of Hyatt. I was like, I want to own a hotel.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about. Be bold about it.
I
Put
was
it
way
out
more bold then. I calmed down a little bit because I let too many people tell me no. As a young person, I didn't. And then once I was like, you know, don't worry about what these people. That's them. I realized that when somebody's telling you no, it's because that they don't want to do it and they
there.
too scared to do it, so they're placing their fears on you. And so
Wow.
them telling you no is because they don't think themselves they can do it and they don't want you to do it. But I'm not them. You know what I mean? So once I had to get out of my way and get out of other folks' way, you know what? Just if I make a mistake, let me make it's my mistake.
Mhm.
Let me try. And if I don't
Mhm.
do it, then I'll go back to it. But don't get let me give myself an opportunity. And so I stopped listening to other people no's and turning those no's yeses. Because if I would have listened to those people, I wouldn't be nobody would be talking to me today. You wouldn't be talking to me right now because you never heard of me. Because I would have been listening to the people who kept telling me, no, Davon, don't go on social media talking about hotel ownership. Davon, that nobody wants to hear about that. This was recent in the past several years. Davonne, don't do that. Nobody wants to hear about that. Our people, they're not going to pay. They don't want to learn about owning hotels. And I'm living proof that, and the more and more I'm talking about it, the more and more our people, they want to learn. So if I would have listened to those no's, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be talking to you and trying to wow some more women and turn their
Yay.
no's into yeses.
Yay. Yes, exactly. Oh, I love it so much. And it is so true. The more you talk about it, because when I was in the room at the conference where we were and I heard you speak, you talk about your story
Which
and how
conference?
you became in. We were at the TSP Live.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the TSP Live. When you came and
Yes,
you
them
were
my
on
people.
stage.
What's up, TSP?
Yes, TSP in the
Right. Lamar
Dallas
Tyler,
game.
what's up?
I'm
Right.
not mastermind yet, but that is coming. That's
That's
coming.
all right. We gonna put it into existence,
Exactly.
okay?
I just put it
We
out there,
gonna put
right?
into existence that you're gonna be joining the TSP mastermind,
That's
okay?
right.
That's right.
I'm coming,
Let's go ahead and
Lamar.
put that in. That's right. Be like, Lamar, I'm coming. What's up?
I'm
Save
coming.
me your spot, Lamar. That's what you do.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God. I just love it. So when I heard you just talking about that, I was like, oh my God, my eyes was like glued because I never ever imagined, no one ever told me, or I never even imagined that that was a possibility or that it could be. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't really, when you, even if you, Google it, I've always had an interest in trying to make sure I support businesses, Black owned businesses. And it shouldn't have to be that, it shouldn't have to be that way, but it is. That's just the way that it is. And so I would try to actually find a Black owned hotel or whatever so that I could get that
Oh, yeah, I
experience.
have a website for that. It's called stayblackexperience.com. So I have a
Oh,
list of look, I didn't save you some time.
oh my God, that's just awesome. What was that again, Davonne? Give it to us.
Stayblackexperience.com. Let me put it in there.
StayBlackExperience.com. That's what I'm talking about. So that's really exciting that to just know that. So tell us, where are you now in terms of your hotel ownership? Because I think you were featured in a magazine article and you had acquired maybe 2 more properties. So
Yeah, we have
again,
a
we're
total of
talking
3.
about you being in your 30s and already
Yeah.
owning hotel properties.
Yeah, we have a total of 3. 3
Wow,
properties.
that is
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, just totally awesome. And so how can this, hear the viewers when, they're watching this? What do you say to them? How do they get into hotel ownership? And I know you have some awesome I know that you do classes and workshops
We
and
have
things
a
of.
book coming out. It's called How to Buy a Hotel, Roadmap to Hotel Ownership. I do have courses, so just stay connected with me. But for folks who are interested in hotel ownership, I always say get your personal financial statement together first. Really see how much you can afford to invest. It may not be this year. By the time you look at it, you may be like, oh, maybe I need to save it for next year. Because investing in hotels can be capital intensive. So I always check with the professional, meaning financial advisor.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying, so in other words, in order for people to be able to do this, you would recommend that they actually like start off with the financial advisor first before actually, trying to invest into, or maybe just reach out to you. Like, how do we do it? Like, what's the very first step that we need to do? Because, for someone like me who knows absolutely nothing about
Right.
owning a hotel or even getting even into it, right?
Yeah, definitely do your research and get education. Like I said, the biggest thing is starting with your personal financial statement. Like I said, talk about your balance sheet, your personal balance sheet. Meaning, if you don't have a lot of additional income after you pay your bills, then you don't want to, because investing in hotels is a longer term investment. So if you're trying to save up for a house, this may not be the right time to invest in the hotel, right? Talk to you.
Mhm.
It all depends on your strategy, right? Because the house is more immediate, hotels are longer term. And like I said, there's so many different ways you can invest in a hotel. You can invest in through a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. It's a passive way of investing. may not cost as much. There's some REITs as little as like $10 a share that you can invest in.
Whoa.
Yeah, so with some opportunities to invest, um, crowdfunding platforms where you can invest through crowdfunding. Those minimum investment areas, you can invest directly with someone, or you can buy, like actually buy the hotel. So that's just something you could think about.
Oh my God, that's just awesome that, oh my God, you just, I mean, just hearing that, like, oh my God, she's so knowledgeable about how you can even, so there's more than one way to actually, get into hotel
So that
ownership.
makes it more attainable, right? See how you thought like, oh wow, this is okay. You know what? I got $100, so maybe I can invest in the REIT.
Right.
So I can just gradually grow and get into it and take baby steps and learn how that works and get a little dividends along the way, right? So it is different ways that you can invest, and it's not just you personally having access to millions and millions of dollars to invest in a hotel.
Oh my goodness. Ah, this is just awesome. Yes, awesome. So listen, I really appreciate you sharing that information with us. I know that you have a tight schedule. And so tell me, well, just not me, but for the women who are listening to this, do you have any what I call wow words of wisdom that you want to give to the women, single parents, women, just words of encouragement.
Oh, especially the single parents. I'm one myself. And you have to take care of yourself.
For
And
sure.
it's so you have to take care of yourself, and it's okay. It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to let things go if you can afford it, or work your way so that way you can afford it, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I've been doing. What's helped me is it's hard for me to like cook and clean. So I'm in a position now where I can bring folks. Now it wasn't always like that now,
Yeah.
where I could do that, but I had to look and I said, I'm just tired, you know. And
Right.
people can talk about me all they want that I don't cook, but that's all right. I know how to cook. I can cook. I just don't have the time to. And I literally
Right.
just thought to myself, you mean to tell me I can get my food delivered to me? That has saved me so much time. And it's cooked and it's prep, and all I gotta do is just put it in the microwave. I said, thank you, Jesus.
Right. Exactly.
I said, thank you, God. So I'm glad that I'm in a position, bump the other stuff, just that
Hmm.
I get, that's just one less thing that I have to worry about. And I can spend more time on myself, or spend more time on my baby. So, or spend more time with my baby. So my suggestion to women, and it's something that I'm guilty of, my girlfriends are guilty of, my mama was guilty of, that we don't take enough time for ourselves. Matter of fact, it
Hmm.
was so funny. I just had this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. Sometimes we have to say no.
Ooh.
Women, we don't say no enough. We always say
Mhm.
yes. And guess
Yeah.
who end up stressed? We are.
Point it back.
So
Yes.
take
Exactly.
care of yourself. So
Hmm.
if that means no, guess what that means? That means no. Because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, if something happens, who's going to take care of you? So really
Yes.
think about that. If something happens to you, who's going to take care of you? And clearly, if so many people are depending on you, if something happens to you, they're going to be messed up anyway, right? So you
Yeah.
can't be the
Definitely.
best version of yourself if you're not getting the proper rest. So if you got to take a nap, girl, it's all right.
Say
Set time
that.
to take a nap. If you need to take a bath, because that's how you relax. That's what you
Do
do.
it.
If you need
Yes.
to read a book, read a book. If you need 5 minutes to stare at the wall so you can have a moment to yourself, you take them
Hmm.
especially my mama's out there. It is a lot, especially when you have kids, even if you just got one child, because I just got
Hmm.
one, and that's enough. So my mama's out there with more than one child. Bless your heart, because I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know. I don't understand it. And I just got one. So my mamas who got more than one, bless y'all. The mamas with one, I don't know how y'all. It's a lot of work.
It
So
is a
working
lot.
mamas,
It is.
stay at home mamas, mama. It's just a hard job being a mama. That is the hardest job in the world.
It is.
And but at the end of the day, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our temple. We have to take care of our mind. We have to take care of our health, right?
Hmm.
Um, See, I'm all sick because it was cold this weekend. And I didn't got sick. So I said, you know what? I gotta take care of myself. Because the way I move, I gotta be here for my baby. So that's
Yes.
what I can say. If anything, if you want to continue to wow women, and if you want to continue to wow yourself, just continue to just be sure to make yourself the number one priority in your life.
I love it. I love it. And being that I am a marriage and family therapist by training, I absolutely love that. I am a proponent for self care, taking care of, self awareness, self
Hmm.
compassion, anything self, right?
Right.
Positive, self positive. That I am proponent for. So, listen, I thank you so much for just coming on. I know that you were still trying to recover from what you had, and you still powered through. You wanted to go through with it. So I do
Well, I'm a
appreciate
woman
you
of my
so
word,
very much.
so
You are, and I thank you so much for coming. Listen, is there anything you want to put out there for the listeners in reference to what you may have going on or what you
just
may have
follow me.
coming?
Just follow me on. Stay
Okay.
connected with me. I'm on social media at Davonne Reaves. I'm on LinkedIn. It's not that hard to find me on social media. Just Google me, and
Okay.
stay connected. And let's get this going. It's a lot of money out here, and
Get this
so
hotel. I'm
let's
gonna give
get
me a
let's just
hotel, girl. I'm give me
like
one.
my dad look like my daddy said. I'm gonna leave it out. I'm gonna leave on this. My daddy said make as much money as you can. So there we go.
I received it. I am so excited.
There you go.
Listen, I am so excited that you came on here. I get so fired up every time I, hear you, watch you, and see you. I mean, so it's just awesome to see a young sis doing her thing. It's so inspiring, and to know
Thank
that
you.
I can do it too. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you
your
for having
spirit
me.
of wanting
I
to give
appreciate you.
back. And
Thank you.
you go, because I know what you got to do. Mom duty is kicking in, so go take care of your son. You've heard it right here. I'm gonna take you down, and you free to go, so you can go do what you need to do. Thank you
Yes,
so much,
ma'am. Thank
Davon.
you all so
Have
much.
a good one.
You
Okay, bye
too.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. And there you heard it, guys, from the one and the only, the magnificent, the phenomenal, winning only woman, Davonne Reaves. She is the founder of Davonne Group, and that is based out of Atlanta. So just awesome, young sis doing her own thing. Not even age 40 yet, and already own 3 hotels. That is just awesome, and it's just so inspiring. So if you got nothing else from that, I want you to know that you need to really believe in yourself, believe in your abilities to make things happen, right? Go after it. Don't be afraid to make as much money as the young sister left us with as she was getting ready to sign off. Make, as her daddy said, to make as much money as she can. And so, I just want you to, my big thing is I'm always sharing about how you need to make sure that you're walking in your purpose and that you're doing things that you've been gifted to do. And so now it's a now season, it's a now thing. So make sure you get out there and you just make it happen, guys. I hope that you felt that. I hope that you were able to connect with the spirit of that winning only woman to be able to do what it is that you need to do. And she was such an example of what we do. We power through, we push through when we have things going on in our lives. She wanted to be a woman of her word and to still come on this interview with me to wow some women, even though you could hear in her voice that she had some illness, sickness, right? She wasn't her best, right? But she still wanted to make sure that she came on and do what she needed to do, right? What she felt that she needed to do. And so I'm grateful to her, grateful for you as the listeners. And we are going to get out of here. And look, join me again on next week, right? As we bring on another winning only woman. You're not going to want to miss next week interview. I have another phenomenal woman that's going to be coming on board, and she is going to be sharing some wisdom with us and telling us about her journey. She has an amazing story that she will be sharing with us. She has such a lively personality, and so I think you will thoroughly enjoy it. And then after that, guys, guess what? It will be you and I. Yours truly will end out the winning only celebration here. We're still celebrating Women's History Month, and so the last segment would just be you and I as I share some tips. I hope some words of wisdom. Always, I come in the spirit of wishing you only well, to encourage you, to inspire you, and to motivate you to get on and stay on your road to greater. Listen, it's one thing to get on your road, but it's another to stay on your road. Listen, you're going to have things that's going to come up, things that are going to come against you, but you got to stay focused, right? And you got to continue to keep going. You got to keep pushing, right? Because when you can get through to the other side, there's going to be greater. The battle will be well worth it. Actually, I had posted yesterday about Yolanda. I used Yolanda's Adams song, right? My story is about the battle is not yours. That's the name of the song. But anyway, so sometimes we fight battles, they're not our battles, so we have to be careful about that. And everything, we don't have to I'm coming from a faith-based perspective, right? So I know that I don't have to do everything, try to do everything within my own strength, within my own power. I don't have to do that, right? I have a God who is able to summons the angels to go to work on my behalf. He can open doors that no man can open. No education no education can prepare me for what he has for me. And so I'm really excited about what is transpiring, not just in my life, but in the lives of a lot of people. Like my guests that have come, they're doing awesome things. And I see some of you, I may not have had you on the show yet, but I see a lot of you that I am just connected to, maybe because we went to school together or whatever the case may be. I see you. I see you women. I see you out there doing your own thing. So shout out to the class of 1993 of Tweeds County High School in Jeffersonville, Georgia. I see you, babies. We are doing big things. And so I'm just so incredibly excited about all that is happening. Not just the class of 93. We're special though, class of 93, we do got it going on. But I see some of the other classes, Tweeds County, we are Tweeds County finest, all of us, we are. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that, guys. I am just always just so excited. And listen, if you don't remember anything else, remember this. Coming again from my faith, because this is my show, basically. So, hey, I'm going to promote, because if it wasn't for God, I would not be where I am today. I've had a lot of things to just come up against me, especially within the last couple of days. But I know that the battle is not mine. And I know no matter what, God is still in control. God is still God. He's still keeping me. He's still making a way for me. And I'm just excited about that. You should be excited about it too. If you don't know God, I would encourage you to get to know him and accept him today as your Lord and Savior, right? And accept the fact that his son Jesus was born here into this world and died on the cross only to rise with all power in his hand, right? How phenomenal, how awesome. I'm so grateful. And then we have the Holy Spirit that has been left here as our comforter and our guide. So I am just so excited, guys, about what has transpired right here on Wow Wish Only Well television show. Listen, we are having real conversations with real people, right? All in the spirit of helping you to get on and stay on your road to great. I can't stress this enough, guys. Listen, I'm bringing these people on here for you to be inspired and to be motivated by their stories. And I want you to see yourself in a better position, because when you can visualize it, you're more apt to be able to do it. And I want to leave you with this too. I've been working on this because it's something that's been on me. So I want to share it with you, but I get into a writing spirit. So maybe I just need to write it and be able to share it in maybe one of the articles. Who knows? You might see it in a book. I don't know. But I want you to be mindful of always how you think about things. So you may be in a difficult situation, but sometimes you got to get the word right. When you get the word right, it will get your mind tight. You're not in a difficult situation. You're in a different situation. There is a difference. You're not in a difficult situation. You're in a different situation. And there is a difference. I will explain that more, maybe when I do my show at the end of the month, maybe on the radio show. Listen, Tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the WOW Radio Show. We have another winning only woman that will be coming on and talking with us. And then after that, again, we'll see you back next week. Next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we continue the celebration with the fabulous, the phenomenal, not going to say her name, but make sure you're here and that I get to see your face in the place. That's it for now, guys. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. And don't forget to wow someone. And by wow, I mean to wish only well all across the world. Goodbye.